combination. Okay, and there's three of them. Atun, atin, atin. Now say these three combinations in their light version. Tu, ti, ti. Okay, so now if I come back here and I read ayati, do you hear the ati? Wouldn't that make it a combination? That's why. Right, it is a single word, and that word is ayatun. Ayatun. And when you make it two, you make it ayatani. And when you make it plural, you make it what? Ayatun. But if you see ayatun, you can't say, but the word ayah is singular. Yes, it is. That's an adorable observation. It's just not the word we're looking at right now. Okay? Okay. How many did I do? 3? Okay, 2 more. Oh, I like this one. رفع نصب الجار. Ta. My first question is what? Always. You tell me my first question. Sound or combination? Sound? At? At? Thank you. There's only atu and ti. So this is actually sound, which is what status? Nasb. Okay. Let me pick a hard one. Because why would I make life easy for you? Oh, all of them are Surah Al-Kahf. You thank Allah. Okay. We'll go easy. It says Rajman. That's right, Rajman. Okay? The meme symbol is just because it's connecting to the ba afterwards. But it's still Rajman. What you got? Sound? How many nasab? One nasab. One nasab. Okay. I'm going to write some things on the screen. You make sure that you understand everything that I'm writing down. I just need to make sure that you know. How many kinds of words are there? Okay, that's in Arabic. Hold on. Oh, stop it. Computer. Why isn't it going back to... Okay. 3 kinds of words. Which are? Ism, fi'il, harf. Okay. 4 properties of ism. Anybody? Status? Number? Gender? Good. 4 lessons of status. 1. Forms of status, which are? Rafa, nasab, jar. Okay. How to tell status? Sounds, combos, pronouns. Pronouns are rebels, remember? That's the second lesson. Okay. 3rd. Pronouns, we haven't done them yet. But I just said pronouns are crazy. I'll teach you later. Light versus? We covered that already? How many reasons are there in Arabic for a word to be light? We don't know them, but we know there are 4. Okay? And last one, flexibility, which is how many flexibilities? Fully, non, and the complicated, partly, which is the one I care about, u, and right? This is a summary with some things missing, but this is an overall summary of everything we took 2 days to do and how to apply. This is where we are right now, which means status is complete. Okay? Now, we're going to start doing number. Number. In English, there's singular and there's what? There's singular and there's plural. Arabic is crazy. There's singular, obviously. There's also pair, okay? Then there is masculine plural. Then there's feminine plural. Then there is human broken plural. Then there's non-human broken plural. And then there's plural because the Arabs said so. The Arabs are really into their plurals. When we're studying number, we're basically studying plurals. The whole study of number is just a study of what? Plurals. And there are 5 kinds of plurals. Pair, you already know. What's pair? Ani, aini, aini. Singular, you already know. Un and in. You already know. The masculine plural, you already know. What's the masculine plural? Una, ina, ina. Okay, this is getting easy. We already know that much. The feminine plural, guess what? Do you already know? Yes. Atun, atin, atin. What do we not know? We don't know human broken plural, we don't know non-human broken plural, and we don't know plural because the Arabs said so. Okay? I'm going to start with a couple of things about the masculine and the feminine plurals, which we already did. I want you to go back to page 6, and I want you to write something there for me. That's the best place to write it. Page 6. And you're writing it for the plural column. This column right here, only the plural. The masculine plural, una, ina, ina. Una, ina, ina is used for people. Is used for people or intelligent beings. People or intelligent beings. So it doesn't include your best friend. Okay? Una, ina, ina is used for people or intelligent beings. Now, what are the intelligent beings in Islamic literature? Angels will be una, ina, ina. Okay? Jinns will also be una, ina, ina. Will cows be una, ina, ina? No. Doesn't matter how smart your cow is. They got beef. They're not going to give una, ina, ina to your cow. Chicken? No. Books, chairs, tables? Dolphins? No. Okay? So this is only for intelligent beings. By the way, sometimes Allah uses the plural for himself as a show of royalty. So you might even find it for Allah himself in the Quran. Una, ina, ina. You might find it for Allah also. For example, أَنْتُمْ تَزْرَعُونَهُ أَمْ نَحْنُ الزَّارِعُونَ. Allah says about himself, الزَّارِعُونَ, una. But that's a show of Allah's royalty. Okay? So, una, ina, ina is only used for what? Intelligent beings, yes? The other thing you should note here is includes males and females. Includes males and females. In English, when I say the students arrived, does that include males and females? Yeah, it's like that. It's not because the word students is purposely masculine or purposely feminine, it's the standard human plural. The standard is una, ina, so it automatically includes females. Okay? Now let's take some notes on atun, atin, and atin. Used for humans, meaning used for women, and used for non-human words also. Non-human words also. So, for example, what's the word for skies? Samawatun, samawatin, samawatin. Is that a human word or non-human word? But you can see atun, atin, atin on it. Or ayatun, ayatin, ayatin. Barakatun, barakatin, barakatin. Tayyibatun, tayyibatin, tayyibatin. Rahamatun, rahamatin, rahamatin. What are these words? Are they human or not? They're just either they're ideas or, places like that. So those kinds of places or those kinds of ideas can also be atun, atin, atin. So it's not always, the moment you see atun, atin, atin, you should automatically not go to, oh, this must be people. Could be women, but could be other things too. Okay? So that's, and the other thing is, what did una include? What did una include? Yeah, this one is exclusively feminine. You have to make sure you know that the feminine is exclusively feminine. I saw a hand, I didn't pick. Yes. No, but the pairs are not a problem. The pairs you can use for anything. The singular you can use for anything. There's no limitations on the singular, and there's no limitations on the pair. When there are restrictions, they're only on the plural. So for humans, these are the plurals. Or there are others, but if you see these, it has to be humans. And if you see atun, atin, it could be humans, it could be somebody else. But two masjids, masjidani. Two people, muslimani, rajulani, imra'atani, etc., etc. Okay? So we don't care about the singular and the pair because they're open. Anything's possible. Okay? All right, so we're done with these two. Masculine plural and feminine plural are done. Let me start marking off what's done. Singular is done, pair is done. We already did that first couple of days. What's left? Human broken plural, non-human broken plural, and plural because the Arabs said so. I'm going to get rid of plural because the Arabs said so. I'll help you with this first. Oops. Write down these three words. Nas, Qawm, Qarn. For you, that's good enough. Three words. Nas, Qawm, Qarn. In Arabic, Nas, Qawm, Qarn. Nas, Qawm, Qarn. Nas means people. Nas means people. Qawm means nation. Can also mean group. Qawm can be nation, it can also mean group. Group. And Qarn can mean generation. Generation. Okay. In English, that the team is good. Is that good English? The team is good. That's good English. You know what else is good English? The team are good. The team is good is okay, and the team are good is also okay. Actually, it is. It's actually okay. The military is powerful, and the military are powerful are both correct English. They're both correct English. Some words, in English we call them collective nouns, group, class, okay? The class is active, the class are late. Both correct, technically. One gets more used than the other, so we get more used to it. But the idea is actually, if a noun has the meaning of many in it, a collective noun, then you can use it in the singular or you can use it in the plural. There are a handful of collective nouns that you'll find in the Quran. When they're used as plurals, even though the translation may be a nation. A nation is one nation, right? But you might find a nation being talked about in the Quran as if it is plural, and that's not because there are many nations, it's because there are many people in the nation. You understand? So, and the same thing with generation. The generation is one generation, but it's made up of what? Many people. So these are the kinds of words, and these are three Quran words that you might find are plural. And the answer, why are they plural? What did I explain it as? Because the Arab said so. Plural because the Arab said so. Okay? That's most of our job is done with number. Only two things are left. What are they? Human broken plural and Non-human broken plural. I will give you warning now. I got the easy stuff out of the way. And before Maghrib, I need to make sure this and gender is done. This and gender. And we can do it. But I need you guys to just accept something. I need you to accept something. In every language, some things are crazy. It's just how it is. Every language has some things that are weird. And you just have to what? Accept it. You can't, why do people do that? Why? No. You just have to what? This is going to be one of those things which you say, but why? Just accept it. Okay? Just accept it. And to help you understand this, I shall tell you a story I've been telling for 20 years. I took a macroeconomics class back when I was in college in 1875. And our professor was a PhD exchange student from China. And he had a very thick accent. And we had no idea what he's saying. The class was 300 students in the auditorium. He's lecturing for an hour and a half. Some of the best sleep of my life. The midterm was coming 2 days from then, and the entire class signed a petition to delay the midterm because we just don't understand our professor. We cannot understand his English. We use that as an excuse to see if we can get the department to delay the midterm. Okay. Professor Wang came the next day to class, and he put up, instead of his usual PowerPoint about widgets and supply and demand, he put up a PowerPoint that said Professor Wang's list of complaints against English. So he says, you complain about my language, I complain about your language. So he said, your language makes no sense to me. You people park on a driveway, and you drive on a parkway. And he says, the plural of goose is geese, but the plural of moose is not meese. And the plural of tooth, what's the plural of tooth? Teeth, but the plural of booth is not beeth. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, so he had a point. There are, okay, what's the plural of booth, by the way? Booths. So if somebody learned, English is easy. If you want to make something plural, just put an S. And he goes to the dentist and says, my toothes are hurting. Okay? If I say, for example, car, plural, cars. Child, childs. What? This the English language, and moose, of course, and what? What was it? Meese? Right? No? Okay, how about this one? Mouse. House. Heis. No. Houses. And somebody says, why couldn't you do mouses? Why did you have to do mice? And you say, listen, this is our language. It's mice. Get used to it. This is our thing. We do it. Okay? So this happens in English, yes or no? Okay. Now let me tell you the difference between mice. I'm going to compare mice and houses. And I want you to understand something that will build our knowledge of the Arabic concept. So let me erase the others. Okay. The plural of mouse is mice, and the plural of house is houses. Okay. In one of them, I kept the spelling of the singular, and I didn't break the spelling. I only added to it, but I kept the word intact. Which one? When I said mice, though, did I break the original word? Yeah, I broke it. I didn't say mouses, I said mice. I kept some sounds, but I basically broke the word. When you make a plural and you break the singular, that's called a broken plural. When you make a plural and it doesn't look like the singular anymore, it broke. That would be a broken plural. Oh, let's try this on the Arabic side. You have Muslimun. Yeah? Muslimun. And then you have Muslimuna. Is the word Muslim still there? And then we added to it? It's still there, isn't it? You know what that means? That Muslimuna is not a broken plural. Muslimuna is not a broken plural. Here's another way you can test if something is a broken plural or not. Imagine I have a recording of the word Muslimuna. I just have somebody sent you a WhatsApp voice note and it says what? Muslimuna. Is there a point in that recording where you can pause it and cut the rest and you still have the word Muslim there? Yes? That's not a broken plural. Because the word is still there, you can still hear the original word. You with me? Okay, now watch this. You familiar with this word? Okay, the plural of masjid in Arabic is masajid. The plural of masjid is what? Masajid. Have you heard masajid before? I love when some of these kids speak like Arabic English. They're like, I love the masajids. I was like, it's already plural, bro. You don't need the extra s. Or I love these ulamas. Ulama is already plural. You don't need the s to make it plural. Anyway, so masjid, singular, masajid, plural. If I sent you a voice note with the word masajid, could you cut it at some point and leave the rest and you still have the original word masjid left or no? No, I broke something in the middle. I broke something in the middle. Okay, so this must be a broken plural. Okay, now what about this? Kitabun. Kitab means book. Kitab means book. Kutubun is the plural. Kutubun is the plural of kitab. Is that a broken plural or a regular plural? This is like mouse and mice. This is like mouse and mice, isn't it? Okay, let's try another one. Rasulun, messenger. What's the plural of Rasul? Rusulun, messengers. What do you think? Broken or regular? It's broken because the original word did not start with ru. It started with ra. Even if I break it a little bit, it's broken. I need the exact original word or it's broken. You with me? Okay, what about this? Broken or not? No, it's not a broken plural. Why not? Because if you had a voice note of Rasuluna, you would still hear what? Rasul, pause, una. You would hear it. So this is not broken. Do you understand what the difference is between broken and non-broken? Okay, so now, the chart that we learned was regular plurals. What the chart does not cover is what? Broken plurals. Okay, now broken plurals, you should know a few things about them. About broken plurals. Hold on. Yeah, of course. Both. And I'll explain. Is the plural for Rasul Rusul, or is the plural for Rasul Rasuluna? Both are correct plurals. Arabic allows you to have multiple plurals. It's pretty cool. But they each mean something special, which is even cooler. Now, what does that mean? Tell me right now. No, I shall not tell you. I shall make you thirst for this knowledge and feel the pain of not knowing. And then I shall tell you later. Okay? Okay. About BPs, BP is not British Petroleum. I'm not referring to a gas station. I'm saying broken plurals. One, you can't predict what they're going to be. I can. You can't. Just like some foreigner could not predict that mouse was going to be mice. Some English-speaking person had to. It's not mouses. It's mice, bro. Somebody couldn't have predicted that tooth was going to be teeth. They would have guessed wrongly that it's going to be tooths. And somebody who speaks English would have had to tell them, no, by the way, this one's teeth. Okay? So you can't predict what they're going to be. You know what that means? That means your vocabulary work is cut out for you. Because whenever there's a word and it has a broken plural, you're going to have to learn that word, and you're going to have to learn its broken plural too. Here's the good news, though. Most words have broken plurals. Wait, that's not good news. Most words have what? Broken plurals. Which means when you know a word in Arabic, chances are that its plural is what? Broken. Yes, lots and lots of words have una and ina, of course. Atun and atin, the regular endings. But lots of them, if not most, have broken plurals. Okay? So this is a problem not of grammar, but of what? Vocabulary. That's my second observation. Here's my third most important observation. Without vocab, meaning without knowing what it means, they look singular because they don't have combination. Rather, they have what? Ending what? Ending sounds. Now, when I learned Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin, ending sounds go in which column? No, they don't go they go in the singular column. But now we know when you see an ending sound, it could be singular. It could also be a broken plural. Not just any plural, it has to be a broken plural. Broken plurals also have ending sounds. So let me show you an example. Kitabun. Let me make that bigger. Hold on. Give me the rafa nasab jar of kitabun. Kitabun, kitaban, kitabin. The pair is kitabani. Kitabani, kitabaini, kitabaini. There's no such thing as a broken pair. That only happens in real life, not in grammar. Okay? So there's no broken pair. Pairs are pairs. Ani, aini, aini, always. But when it comes to the plural, what happens? Kutubun, kutuban, and kutubin. Kutubun, kutuban, kutubin. The endings look exactly like which column? The first column. The singular column. So when you look at it, you're like, oh, this word is singular. No, no, no. The only way you could tell it's not singular, what's the secret? Vocabulary. Without vocabulary, it looks to you like it's what? It's singular. But with vocabulary, oh, now I know the difference between kitabun and kutubun. So let's take another example of this. What if I had Rasulun? That's one. So what's the rafa' nasab jar of one messenger? Rasulun, Rasulan, Rasulin. Okay. How do you say two messengers? Rasulani, Rasulaini, Rasulaini. There's no variations in the pairs. Pairs are pairs, they always work. When you get to the plural, what do you get? Rusulun, rafa', Rusulan, and Rusulin. So un and in again. Again. Okay. So again, how are we going to solve this problem? Only by learning what? Vocabulary. Now, I'm not going to teach you, I'll teach you what the, vocabulary in this class, what I call critical vocabulary. There's vocabulary that happens on every page of the Quran. I will teach you that vocabulary. In fact, does una and ina and un and in and atin, does that happen on every page of the Quran? Yeah, every page. Does every page have ending sounds and every combinations? Totally. So you're already learning some vocabulary. Yesterday you learned huwa, I forget the rest. Huwa, huma. As if I don't see the awkward smiles of silence from some of you. Some of you are like huwa, huma, hum. You're trying. Other ones are like. That's one of those really bad shadi photos you take. Huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, nahnu. We'll come back to that, but I will teach you vocab in this course. We only have 10 days, so I'm going to teach you critical vocab. On a side note, I have a question. You know, I like to think of myself as a fairly patient teacher, but there's also there's a mother-in-law that resides inside of me. The mother-in-law in me is highly sarcastic and passive aggressive, insults you without insulting you. You know, mother-in-law? Not mine. Mine's great. Okay, but anyway, she's watching right now. Hey, hi. Okay. So somebody asked, after these 10 days, I will know all of the Arabic? Reminded me of a situation. I was sitting having my food quietly at a restaurant, and some guy came down, sat on my table. See you on YouTube. I was like, oh, that allows you to sit on this table. Please have a seat. He says, if I do your Arabic program, can you guarantee me that I will know Arabic? And I was in the middle of I was like, okay, let's talk about this. I'm not selling you laundry detergent that guarantees to get the stains out. When you go sign up at the university to do accounting or medical school, do you go to the dean of the university and say, if I do this medical program, do you guarantee I will become a doctor? Do you do that with any education? You go and say, you better guarantee that if I do this, I will get. Learning is the teacher giving you a path and you doing 90% of the work, which is what? Following the path. That attitude prohibits your latitude. It's like look, a student has a certain attitude. A customer has a different attitude. If you have a customer attitude, go to Walmart. Okay? And by the way, there's plenty of Walmart versions of Arabic programs. Do this for 10 days and you will know 90% of the Quran. And you're like, yes, sign up now. There are programs. It's great. It's cute. It's adorable. And what I like to call misplaced confidence. Even if you learn that stuff and you start feeling like you know, does that mean you know? You know, I was teaching an advanced course in the morning and one of the students made a small mistake. The Arabic said yakhafu and she read yukhafu. Yakhafu, yukhafu. Okay? Now, so somebody, Umayr, a person named Umayr, a Sahabi named Umayr, yakhaf. Now, I think everybody here knows what the word khawf means. What does khawf mean? So, you know what a lot of Muslims do? Oh, I know khawf. Khawf means what? Fear. So if I read yakhafu, it must be talking about fear. Umayr yakhafu, Umayr is afraid. Umayr yukhafu, Umayr is what? Afraid. You see, brother, a lot of words are in Urdu also. I understand that. That's why 90% I already understand. This is your misplaced confidence. Let me tell you something. If I say Umayr yakhafu means Umayr fears. And if I say Umayr yukhafu means Umayr is feared. He's terrifying, people are scared of him. If Umayr yakhaf, Umayr is running scared. If it's Umayr yukhaf, people are running from him. They're scared of him. It's the opposite. So misplaced confidence is dangerous. So in 10 days, will you master the Arabic language? Absolutely not. The Arabic, let me give you the analogy of what we're doing in these 10 days. The Arabic language is an ocean. Have you ever gone to the beach? Okay, you go to a beach when the water is insanely cold and you put your foot in and you can feel it in your bones and travel up to your soul. You know, some of those cold water beaches. Okay, I'm letting you get your feet wet without letting you feel the freezer burn. And I'm allowing you to put your second foot in. And maybe I can get up to your shins wet in this program. And you're like, if I do this, can I find the new species at the bottom of the ocean within 10 days? Hold on. Can we get your feet wet first without you crying? It's cold. I can't do it. No. In 10 days, let me just get you a little bit into the beach. Then we'll think about hunting whales later on. Okay? You're not hunting whales yet. Just get your feet wet. This is the hardest part, building your confidence. That's all I'm promising you. I'm promising you nothing else. Then some young man came to me yesterday. If I do this program, will I understand the entire Quran? I was like, my dear boy, I don't understand the entire Quran. Good luck with that. It's a journey. You have to be patient with the journey. You have to take time. But the hardest step, again, I keep saying over and over again, the hardest step is the foundation. These 10 days, I'm telling you now, I'll say it 1,000,000 times. These 10 days are a rock-solid foundation, which is why you should do this material at least 2 times. ideally 3 times before you learn, oh, now I'm ready to download this PDF and I'm going to watch that YouTube series and I'm going to do this and I'm going to, before you go everywhere else, I would do yourself a favor. When we finish this program, don't think about any continuing education. Think about solidifying your what? Foundation. You should know this so well, you can teach it to someone else. Off the top of your head. This material. When you have that foundation right, I am telling you, you will fly in Arabic. But when you jump over to new materials, new sources, I want more advanced, more advanced, more advanced, more advanced. I know students that do this. I know, I've been doing this for 20 years. Students that want to, in Urdu, they call it aage daud, piche chhod. Right? Running with a leaky bucket. That's what that is. You're running ahead, the bucket's emptying out. That's what's happening. And they get to 1 year of study, and guess what mistakes they make? They make mistakes that students that pay attention to the first 10 days would never have made. And I literally have to remind them, by the way, intensive 1. By the way, first 10 days. They're like, oh yeah, oh yeah. I don't want you to do that. I want you to have a solid foundation. Okay? Anyway, so what was I saying about Rusul? It is a what kind of plural? Do you understand how to recognize it? Yes, sir. Oh, why can't it be Rasuluna? Sometimes it can be. That's possible. The question is, why can't it be Rasuluna? First, I want you to know the Arabs will decide, not me. They decide for some words, they allow you to say Rusul and say Rasuluna at the same time. Okay? But then the discussion becomes, is there a difference between Rusulun and Rasuluna? I'll give you another really interesting example of this. The word is kafir. Kafir means disbeliever. Yes, also means farmer, by the way. Kafirani, what's that? 2 disbelievers. Plural. Qul ya ayyuhal, also kuffarun, also kafaratun. All of these are plurals. Kafiruna is a plural of kafir. Kuffar, have you heard kuffar before? Kuffar is also a plural of what? Kafir. And kafara, ulaika humul kafaratul fajara, is also a plural of kafir. So how many plurals does kafir have? 1 regular plural. Which one's the regular plural? Kafiruna. And 2 broken plurals. Kafara and kuffar. Kuffar. They're both broken. Okay? When I get you a little bit more advanced, your feet get a little more normal in the cold weather, then I'll explain the difference between these 3 because there's a difference. Okay? Now, here's the part that doesn't make any sense. I will explain by way of an English example. Fatima, sorry Fatima, if there's a Fatima here, I apologize. Fatima bought 4 books. She read her all in just 2 days. Then returned her for a full weekend because she found her boring. Does that sound right? Can you fix it? Can you fix it? Any volunteers? Can you read that and fix it? Yes, young man, please. Fatima bought 4 books. So far, so good. She read her all. She read, replace the word her with something else. That makes sense. She read them all. She read them all in just 2 days. Then returned them for a full weekend because she found them boring. Every time I was supposed to use them, I was using what? If you have a broken plural, you should be using they, right? The Arabs, thousands of years ago at some barbecue, they said, you know, if there's a broken plural, why don't we all pretend we're talking about a girl? And somebody else said, I'm in. So when they talk about books, when they talk about masjids, in Arabic, they won't say they were built. Masjids, they were built. You know what they're going to say? She was built. And some newbie comes and says, she was built. She was built? And the Arabs are each other like, inside joke. Because it's a broken plural, we're going to pretend, we're not going to use the word they, we're going to use what word? She. We're going to use the word she. This, I told you, every language has something that's a little bit what? Crazy. This is the only thing that's weird in Arabic that I've ever found. Okay, 20 years of studying Arabic, 25 years. Only weird thing I ever found really was broken plurals are treated like a she. Okay, now watch this. By the way, were books human or not human? Okay, now let's go make this even weirder. Ali, or let's say Ahmed, learned from a few scholars. He spent years with them. He served them and benefited from their company. That sounds pretty normal, right? Okay. The Arabs do this. The Arabs do this. The word I'm working on is scholars, yeah? But they also do this. Ahmed learned from a few scholars. He spent years with her. He served her and benefited from her company. Scholars? Her? And they say, sometimes I'm going to use they, and sometimes I'm going to use what? Her. And you're like, you're crazy. That's scholars. There's like 10 of them. And they're all men. Yeah, but we have an inside joke when something's plural, and it's a broken plural, then we can use what? She instead of they or them. When it's non-human, remember the books example? When it's non-human, they always use she. Always. But when it's human, they can use she and they can also use they, their choice. Either way is fine. Quran uses both. Quran uses both. And when it uses the word she, do we translate that as she? No. You're going to see the Arabic word for she, but you're going to translate it what? They. They. Watch this. This is not grammar you know yet, but I just want you to realize what they do in Arabic before we take this down in our notes. So, Al-A'rab. Bedouins. Meaning the desert travelers. Bedouins. Al-A'rab. Okay? A'rabiyun is the singular, and Al-A'rab is the broken plural. So Al-A'rab is actually a broken plural. Bedouins, okay? Because the ya got taken off. The ya got taken off, okay? Let me give you another one. Arab is even Arabiyun. You know what Arabiyun means? You know what it means? An Arab man. Arabiyun means an Arab man. And Arabun means Arab people. Okay, so one man is what? Arabi. When you make it plural, did you keep the word or did you break some of it off? You broke it off. So Arab is what? Broken plural. So when the Arab people say something, okay, the Arab says, if I say, the Arabs say, okay? Oh, not the Arabs, sorry. The Arabs say, because the word Arabs is a broken plural, do they have two choices? You know how they can say this? They can either say this as they say, and they can also say this as what? She says. And the crazy thing about the Arabs is when they hear that, they're like, yeah, of course it means they say. Of course that's what it means. They don't even wonder about it. Now let me show you some Arabic on this. Qala. Qala means he said. I haven't done fi'l with you yet, but I just want you to see something. Qala means what? He said. And qalat means she said. Yeah? They'll say qala al-Arab, the Arab said. They'll also say qalat al-Arab, the Arab said. Both of them are correct. Let me give you another crazy example. You don't have to know these examples. I just want you to get settled in the idea. The examples are later on, but just the idea, okay? This is the last one. Dhalika and tilka. Okay. What's your name, young man? Ali. Ali Ahmed. Okay. What's your name? Banafsha? Banafsha. Okay. Dhalika Ahmed. Ali. Right? Ali. Two first names. Ali Ahmed. Dhalika Ali Ahmed. Dhalika. Which one did I use? Dhalika. Dhalika is used for boys. I can't say Dhalika Banafsha. I have to say what? Tilka Banafsha. If I'm pointing at a boy, I'm going to say what? Dhalika. If I'm pointing at a girl, I'll say Dhalika Ali Ahmed Tilka Banafsha. You with me? Pointing at a man, what do you say? If I want to point at the imam, what do I say? If I point at my mom, what do I say? If I point at my daughter, what do I say? When I point at this teacher at school, what do I say? Nowadays, ulaika. Don't point. Use all your fingers. I don't know how to do. Okay, so dhalika or tilka. Okay, now, what was the word Rasul? Is that masculine or feminine? If I point, is Rasul a man or a woman? Okay, if I want to point at Rasul, what do I say? Dhalika. If I want to point at Rasul, I will say what? Dhalika. But, and what's the plural of Rasul? And you read the Quran and you find تلك الرسل فضلنا بعضهم على بعض. تلك الرسل أكيد. That's a furniture store, I think. But تلك الرسل, why is that there? Because الرسل is what kind of plural? A broken plural, and the Arabs thousands of years ago at a barbecue decided that if there's a broken plural, they have the right, they reserve the right to talk about it as if they're talking about one female, not even many female, one female. Tilka rusulu, perfectly good Arabic. But you're not going to translate that as that feminine messengers. You're going to translate that as those messengers. Those messengers. Okay? Let's go back. We started talking about number today. To understand the subject of number, number one, you need to know what singular is. Do you already know what singular is? Then you need to know pair. Already got that? Then there is lots of kinds of plurals. What are they? Masculine plurals, which is una and ina. Okay? Then there's what? Feminine plurals, which is what? Atun or atin. Then there is human broken plurals. We already know when the word breaks, it's called a broken plural, right? And what do we learn about them? They can use she and they can use they. Yes? She or they. By the way, if you want to be technical, they can use it as feminine singular. But the easy way to remember that is what word? She, because she is feminine singular. Okay? And then non-human broken plurals. Just she. Just she, yeah? And then what's the last one? Feminine because the Arabs said so. And how many words were here? Nas, Qawm, Qarn. Cool. That's all you need to know about number. That's all you need to know. I'll just give you some practical tests on this, 5-minute practice, just so you get the basic idea. Life can move on. Okay? Question, yes, sir. Wait, two people talking at the same time. Yes, no, no one's behind you, yes. Will I send this to you at the end of the day? No, it's already in your notes. But I do want you can take a picture, share it with your family. I'm not sending you nothing. The transcript has it. The transcript you'll get tonight has it. That's all there. Okay. You know you get those nice emails every day? They're so nice. Okay. I'm so proud of myself. Okay. Question, Hassan? Yeah, right for you, yes. For you in this course, yes. Yes. The question is, the non-human broken plural is always going to be she? Yes. For you in this course, yes. Yes. Louder. Oh, meaning of qarn, generation. Generation. Yes, question? Some people didn't get the transcript. Email tv@bayina.com. They'll send it to you. Or they'll find out why you sent them to spam. Okay? Look it up. Email tv@bayina.com. You'll get the transcript. If you're missing them, please email them. Okay. Any other questions? Yes, sir. Oh, you're right. It should be plural, which is what I wrote. You should pay attention. Okay? That's what I said. Plural because the Arab said so. Yeah. Okay, let's put this to the test. Let's go to the book. Okay, this exercise can only really be done if you have the meanings. So what I've done here is I've given you the Arabic word, but I've also written the meanings next to it, right? So we can get some help. But the first one, al-mukaththibina, what I want to know here is this a sound or combination? Okay, let me remember this now. If you know that it's a combination, the status and the number and the gender, you already know. You know three things right away. If you know that it's a combination. What three things do you know? Status, number. Let's test that. What's the status of ina? So you know the status. Nasab or jar, yes? Do you know the number? Because it's the plural column, it's plural. Do you know the gender? Masculine, because it's from which chart? The masculine chart. There are 4 properties of an ism. 4. When you see a combination, 3 of them are handed to you on a plate. Status, number, and gender. So let's go through all of them that have a combination first. So we get used to that. Al-mutanafisuna. I want 3 things. Status, number, and gender. What's the status? Una means what status? Rafa. Una means how many? Plural. Done. Una means what gender? Masculine, because it's from the masculine chart, isn't it? Okay. The bottom one. Rajulaini. Rajulaini. It's a combination, right? Let's start with status, then go to number, then go to gender. What's the status? Nasab or jar is correct. Aini, aini. Could be nasab, could be jar. What's the number? That's 2. What's the gender? Masculine. Masculine, which we'll dig deeper into soon. Okay, let's do the top one. Ayatun. Ayatun. What do you think? Status. Status. Very good. It's not atun, rafa. Is this a combination? Okay, so it's atun, what, how many? Number. Plural. Gender. Feminine. Done? Okay, now let's go back. Question? Yes? Yeah, cross that out. Put plural. Let's go to number 3. This is going to be fun. What does al-jibal mean? You should read the text and tell me what does al-jibal mean. Mountains. So because you know the meaning, you know that this word is singular, pair, or plural. Okay, now listen carefully. Is this a regular kind of plural, like una, ina, atun, atin, or something else? Okay, if it's something else, there's 3 other categories. There's human broken plural, non-human broken plural, and plural because the Arabs said so. Is this plural because the Arabs said so? If you look at the meaning, it'll tell you which one it is. So which one is this? Non-human broken plural. I want the status, I want the number, and I want the gender, and this is going to be the crazy part. The status is easy. What's the status? Nasab. What did the Arabs pretend about non-human broken plurals? They pretend that it's a she. And because we're trying to figure out the grammar of this word, my answer for status is nasab. My answer for number is singular, not plural. My answer for number is what? Singular. And my answer for gender is feminine, because singular feminine means she. Singular feminine means what? She. And the Arabs are going to pretend in their grammar that al-jibal is a she. By the way, the singular word, jabal, they don't have a problem. That's masculine, as I will teach you in the next section. But this word is she. This word's feminine. Okay? Jabal. Jabal. I'll show you soon. I'll show you in a minute. Wujuhun. What's the meaning? Places. I want the status, but you cannot tell the number gender until you figure out if it's a plural and which kind of plural. So you cannot get that answer until you decide what kind of plural are we dealing with, if it's plural at all. Is it plural? Is it plural? How do you know it's plural? Good. Meaning, that's key. You cannot tell without the meaning. Okay, now that you know it's plural, now you got to get more specific. How many kinds of plurals did I say they are? 5. It's got to be one of them. Which one is it? Non-human broken plural. But somebody says, but Ustad, I have a face and I'm human. Yeah, but so does a monkey. So does a watch. So anything can have a face. A hand is not human. A foot is not human. It's a part of a human. It's a thing. So it's non-human broken plural. When you get non-human broken plural, what's the grammar, number, and gender? 1, feminine. Singular feminine. The meaning is plural. The meaning is plural. The grammar is singular feminine. Why is that important? You will see when we start reading Quran. Yes. Because we pretend it's going to be she, right? We said we're going to pretend it's she. How many is she? That's why. Why is it feminine? Because the word she is feminine. Why is it singular? Because she is singular. It's a big pretend. In meaning. In meaning, it's plural. In grammar, it's singular feminine. It's the only time in Arabic where the meaning and the grammar contradict each other. It doesn't make sense, which is what I tried to tell you in the beginning. I'm about to teach you something that defies common sense. Common sense says it's plural. Consider it what? Plural. The Arab says no, it's plural, non-human. I'm going to consider it singular feminine in the way I talk about it. I will grammatically use it as one feminine. And so we have to get accustomed to that. This is a hard one, perhaps the hardest one. Nisa. What does it mean? Women. Now, it is. First, let me ask you, is it singular, pair, or plural? How did you know it's plural? I want to go through that process over and over so you understand the process. Meaning told you that it's plural. Good. Now, we cannot just say plural and let it go. We have to specify. I gave you 5 kinds of plurals. You have to pick one. This is a human broken plural, which means that there will be how many possible correct answers? 2. Let's go to the status first. Nisa'a. That's the easy part. What's the status of this word? It's nasab. Everybody's clear. Okay. Now, when it comes to number and gender, the Arabs have 2 options. What are their 2 options? If it's they, I'm going to say this is plural feminine. This is plural feminine. And if it's she, I'm going to say that it's singular feminine. Both of those are correct answers. Both of those are, because when it comes to a human broken plural, you get two sets of correct answers. Either you get an answer based on she, or you get an answer based on they. And both of them are correct. And you should know, sometimes in a single ayah, Allah will use a word, a human broken plural, and He'll start off with the she, and He'll move on to the they in the same ayah. He can do that, and that happens in the Quran. Okay? Al-Bihar. Al-Bihar. How do you know it's plural? Again and again. Process, process, process. Just like math class, the math teacher is not interested in the right answer. The math teacher is interested in what? The right process. So what's the process? How did you know it's plural? Meaning. Thank you. Because of the meaning, were you able to narrow down which kind of plural? Let me ask you now, how many kinds of plurals are there in Arabic? Which is why we have to narrow it down before we get to the answer. Okay? What did you narrow it down to? Which kind of plural? Non-human broken plural. Is the answer always the same for non-human broken plurals? What's the answer? Singular, feminine. Good. Good. Al-mutanafisun we already did, didn't we? Let's do al-qubur. Al-quburi. Somebody walk me through it. I'm not going to do it anymore. Somebody volunteer, walk me through the whole process. I'm not interested in the answer. I'm interested in the process. Yes, young man. You say because of the meaning it's plural. I agree with you. Go on. It's jar because of the kasra, because of the e sound at the end. Good. It's jar. It's a non-human broken plural. Excellent identification. And therefore, singular feminine. Singular feminine. I love it. This is like the... so juicy. Okay. Al-bayyinatu. Al-bayyinatu. What do you think about the status? Anybody? Rafa? Everybody agrees? I agree too. Rafa. What else you got? It's singular? Why is it singular? Is where the meaning tells you, and the hijab is usually on singulars. Muslimatun, remember? Okay, so singular. So it's singular, it's rafa. What gender is it? How come? The tamrabuta. Easy. The hijab. Giveaway. Dead giveaway. Hopefully. Okay. Ooh, this is going to be hard. Al-malaikatu. Al-malaikatu. I don't know. You should discuss this with each other before you come to me. Take 30 seconds, talk to each other. Figure it out. Okay. Status should be easy. Okay, I agree. It's rafa. How do we determine number and gender here? How do we figure that out? Okay, meaning. I'm going to go with meaning. What did the meaning tell you? Is that part of the human, intelligent being category or non-human? So intelligent or slash human category. So that category gives you one set of answers or two set of answers? Here's the really tricky part. What two answers am I gonna get? Either I need number, gender, number, gender. Either you get singular feminine, and I agree because broken plurals can be treated like a she, or no, not plural feminine, plural masculine. Either singular feminine or plural masculine. Now that's confusing, isn't it? So we have to figure that one out. Before your break, I'm going to explain that to you. First, I want you to know that read those names for me. Okay. Okay. Osama, girl's name or boy's name? Talha? Ubaida? Khalifa, a title for a man or a woman? Allama, a title for a male or a female? Male. What seems to be the problem? But Ustad, you said if it's a town. The ta marbuta works. It don't work all the time. The ta marbuta can be used for many things in Arabic. Gender is just one of them. Gender is just one reason the ta marbuta is used. The ta marbuta is used for a bunch of other reasons in Arabic. Just because you see a ta marbuta is not enough to call something what? Feminine. And sometimes, instead of looking at how it ended, you have to look at what it actually means. You have to look at what? What it means. Okay? Do you remember I told you one of the plurals of kafir is kafara? That doesn't mean female disbelievers. It just means disbelievers. The ta didn't make any difference to the gender. You understand? Now, angels aren't assigned a gender by Allah. Because a gender means you have a male and you have a female. Al-dhakar al-untha. The angels are a singular creation of Allah from the amr of Allah. And in Arabic, when you don't want to assign a gender, and it's a unique creation, then you still go back to what gender? Because the asl, the origin is masculine. So, in the meaning of angels, fine. One rule was it's a broken plural. I have a right to say one feminine. That's a grammar thing. So here's the thing I want you to know. Either you go by the crazy grammar rule, one feminine, or you go by reality. Grammar versus what? When it's reality, then it is in fact plural, and it is in fact masculine. So you have a choice between grammar and reality. Two options when it comes to a human broken plural. And that's why al-malaika was both options. Maghrib come in already or no? Maghrib came in? Okay, let's take our break inshallah and we'll come back and finish this up. right. We got to get started. Are we online? Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. There is lots and lots and lots to do. And before today is over, you will be identifying 4 properties of every word: status, number, gender, and type, before today's over. That's my agenda. So I've given you a basic idea of number. We will review it together with gender when the time comes for a review tonight. But right now, I want to get you started on the study of gender. Okay? So, how many properties does an ism have? 4: status, number, and gender. When we study number, you're only really studying 5 plurals. Singular and pair is easy. Number is just a study of 5 kinds of plurals, okay? Gender is really cool. Have you ever heard of innocent until proven guilty? Have you heard that before? Okay, we're going to use similar language. We're going to say masculine until proven feminine. That's a rule in Arabic. Masculine until proven what? Feminine. In other words, let me explain what this means. The Arabic language, I want you to pretend that every single word of the entire Arabic language, every ism of Arabic is masculine. Every single one. Until it starts behaving certain ways, and I say, hey, that means you must be what? Feminine. So you know what? There is no point to studying the masculine, because the assumption is that everything is what? Masculine. So you study the few things that make a word feminine, and that means you've studied all of gender, because if it's not one of those things, it's automatically what? Masculine. That's the logic. So normally you would think you would study masculine, then you would study feminine. Actually, when we study gender in Arabic, we only study feminine. We don't study both genders. Okay? Is that logic clear? The assumption is that everything is what? Masculine. So we just study feminine, and this is what you look for. If you don't find it, you go back to assuming that the word is masculine. There are 2 kinds of feminine. Nowadays we know that more than ever before. There's real feminine and there's fake feminine. Okay? There's real feminine and fake feminine. So let me explain what real feminine means. I'll start with that. Real feminine means female. That's all it means. If you don't understand that, see me after class. We may have some discussions to do. This is not a grammar problem. This is some other issue. Okay? Real feminine just means what? Female. This is a biology issue, not a grammar issue. Okay? This is not a psychology issue. It's not a sociology issue. This is a biology issue. Real. So the word mother is feminine. Why is it feminine? Because it's female. If somebody comes to you, Ustad, I don't understand why mother is feminine. Yar. Does your mother know about this? Sister is feminine. Mother is feminine. Maryam is feminine. Zainab is feminine. Aisha is feminine. Because these are referring to who? Females. Even within the animal kingdom, the cow is feminine because it's a cow. The bull is masculine. You get it? So that's about females. So I don't have to teach you that. You hopefully know that. Okay. What we really have to study then is what? Fake feminine. Okay, which basically means grammar feminine. Not biology feminine, but grammar feminine. Okay? So fake feminine is made up of a few things. Number 1, first what you need to know is this is feminine for words that don't actually have biological gender. That's what I mean by fake feminine. Okay? A book, speaker, a laptop, a phone, keys, the moon, the sun. They don't have biological gender, but Arabs will give everything a gender. Everything is either male or masculine or feminine. Not male or female, because that's biology. This is not biology class. So we don't use male and female, we use masculine and feminine. Okay, so now it's similar to Spanish. If some of you are familiar with Spanish, el libro, and la biblioteca, right? So El and La, the masculine and the feminine. Urdu speakers know this. Uska ghar, uski gadi. Right? So the house is masculine and the car is feminine. Okay? And so uska khana lekin uski biryani. Right? The food is masculine but biryani is feminine. I don't understand. Uska keema, uska chicken, uski biryani. Why? Why are some foods feminine? I don't get it. But it is. That's what Urdu is. That's what it does. But English, you have he, she, and what? It. Arabic doesn't have an it. Even the it is either a he or a she. There is no it, which is again similar to Spanish and some other languages. Farsi is different because there is no gender distinction. Ooh is for a guy, ooh is for a girl. It's all good. Kitabish. His book or her book. Kitabish. Farsi makes things simpler. But yeah, I'm really liking Farsi nowadays. Inshallah, by next year, I should be super fluent in Farsi, inshallah. That's the goal. Okay. Anyway, so feminine words that don't actually have biological gender, how do you tell? Number one, certain letter endings. Round ta, alif maqsura, alif mamduda. Didn't happen. Okay, let me see. Symbol. There we go. Let me find it for you, then I'm committed. Oh, and now it went to the wrong letter. Anyway, I tried. Let's see if I can show this to you. You see sometimes there's a ya and it has a dagger on top. I'm not able to put the dagger on my keyboard right now, but it's called an alif maqsura, like Musa has an alif maqsura on top. These three letter endings on certain words can make the word feminine in Arabic, but they don't always work. But they can work. So it's possible that you see one of these endings at the end of a word and the Arab says, this word is feminine. Like sama'un. I'll give you an example of each. So if you say rahmatun, which means love and care, or if you say sama'un, which means sky, and if I say al-husna, which is the most beautiful, right? These words, Rahma, love and care, is that a he, she, or it in Arabic or in English? Is an it. Rahma is an it. But in Arabic, because there's a round ta on it, it's considered feminine. Okay? Sama ends with right? And there are other words like bayda, which means white. Right? If you have safra, like the yellow cow in Surah Al-Baqarah, safra, there's an alif, long alif, that's why it's feminine. And then the alif maqsura, husna, yusra, kubra, uzma, bushra, all of them have what? At the end, the alif maqsura at the end, they can be considered feminine. So these letters can make a word feminine. There's a good chance. Okay? There is another kind of feminine. I love this one. Feminine because the Arabs, what? What do you think? So on page 12. Literally, they said so on page 12. 13? They changed it? Oh, that's a bit. Really? I'm deeply hurt right now. Oh my God, it's page 13. Oh, I'm going to be so mad. I've kept this as page 12 since 2003. That hurt my feelings. That deeply hurt my... Page 13, everyone. Times have changed. Okay. What does it say? During a what? Harb. Anyone know what harb means? War. War is feminine because the Arab said so, not because it has a certain ending, not because it's girly, none of those things. It's feminine because the Arab said so. A soldier was daydreaming, looking at the sama. I will include that here. Sama is feminine because the Arab said so. The sky is feminine. Until the shams came up. What's the shams? Sun. The sun is feminine. Funny enough, the moon is masculine because you get burnt by the sun and you can hang out at night when you're the moon. I don't know. I just made that up. Oh, okay, fine. Feel better. The sun's much brighter. Okay, okay. And the moon only shines because of the sun. You happy? Okay. When he snapped out of it, he realized he's the only nafs. Nafs means person. Nafs means what? Person. It's feminine. Nafs is feminine. Left on the battlefield. He was surrounded by nar. Feminine. Fire. So he used a dalwun. A dalwun means a bucket. A bucket. Or as it is known in some parts of the world, a balti. Okay, a bucket. Full of water to make a sabil. What's a sabil? And a tariq. 2 words for path. Both of them are considered what? Feminine. Okay. All the way to safer ard, land. Okay, land. Ard is feminine. In the hot blowing rih, wind, he was desperately looking for a bi'r, a well, or as some of you call it, a well. A well to draw water from. In his search, he found an empty dar. Dar means a house or a place. Okay? Dar is a house or a place. Inside which he finds a ka's, a cup, a glass, full of khamr, wine. Wine. Wow, feminine, some really dangerous stuff. Okay? Well, it's funny. It's the well and it's the fire. You know, it's the earth and the wind. Yeah. And then, of course, he's tempted despite his fear of what? Jahannam, Sa'ir, all the names of hell are feminine. No offense. I'm not talking about females. I'm talking about grammar. Okay, so don't take it personally. So Jahannam is feminine, Sa'ir is feminine, etc. Okay. But wards off his temptation and uses his asa. Stick sounds a little lame. It's staff. And I want you to know that staff is not like he had like a bunch of interns. Like, not that kind of staff. The staff is like a really large, that's called the asa. Okay? Yeah, like the staff of Musa. Okay? So he uses his asa to strike the drink. These are words that are feminine for no other reason because, except what? The Arabs came to use them as feminine for thousands of years. The Urdu speakers use biryani as feminine. No one knows why. It just is. Yeah. Yes. Can what? They can use it as masculine, but they like to use it as feminine. They have the right to use this as both. Okay, now, body parts that come in pairs. Here's a list. You can make this a separate category or you can consider it part of what the Arabs said so. But yeah, hands are feminine, eyes are feminine, feet are feminine, ankles are feminine, ears are feminine, elbows are feminine, lips, heels, cheeks, shoulders, but your nose is not feminine. Yeah, your forehead is masculine, your nose is masculine. Okay? It just is. The heart is masculine. The heart is masculine. Okay? The chest is masculine. The back is masculine. Yes? Oh, the sama. It's a little trickier than that. I would still keep it in this category. When you get a little bit more knowledgeable in spelling structures, then you'll see that that's a different one. Okay? So, so feminine because the Arab said so on page 13. I'm going to just add here body parts in pairs. And that's also 13. And finally, broken plurals. This is a pretty decent list that's applying to the Quran. So this should be pretty comprehensive for Quran. I've limited your vocabulary work in this book 99% of the time to Quran only. So any word you come across, you'll probably come across it in the Quran. High chance. I wrote here as the fourth item, broken plurals. Why in the world did I talk about broken plurals here? What did the Arabs do with broken plurals? They created a fake what? She, didn't they? So it belongs here too. It belongs here also. Now, if you don't see this, if you don't see any of this stuff, then what are you going to assume about a word? It's masculine. If it's not a broken plural, and you know already the categories of broken plurals, human broken plurals, non-human broken plurals, we did that. If you don't see any of this, automatically the word is masculine. And this concludes the study of gender. This is all you have to know about gender. This is it. Some words are feminine because these endings. Some words are Arabic because Arab said so. And some words are feminine because they are what? Broken plurals. Done. That's it. Now let's look at if we can identify. I'm going to help you for the first. Actually, the first one's already done for you, so I'm not going to help you. I'll come to those at the end. Let's go to number 5, muhsinin. I want you to give me the status, number, and gender for muhsinin. I am so excited because in the next hour, we're going to be done with 4 properties of the ism. And this semester is over. And you know what that means? Our foundation for building Arabic is done. Tomorrow we start learning Arabic. Because right now you're just getting all this technical information. Tomorrow we start putting Arabic together. Inshallah. Number, anybody, number? Call it out. Plural. Numbers on status. Nasab or jar, very good. Gender. Okay, number 7. Status. Status. Sound or combination? Always, always, always. Combination. Now that you know combination, what's your answer? Plural, feminine, status, status, status. Nasab or jar. Excellent. Mu'ridina should be the same as muhsinina. Yeah, so number 9 should be the same as number 5, because you see ina on that one and ina on this one, so the answers are going to be the same. Is that clear? Number 11, I will tell you the meaning. It means men, M-E-N, men. I'm telling you the meaning. When I tell you the meaning, what am I trying to do? Help you out here. Process now. Men, you tell me. Status is the easy step. It's jar. Excellent. Status is jar. We're all in agreement. Okay. Now that it's men, but plural is never enough for us. How many kinds of plurals are there? Which of these 5 is it? Human broken plural. When you get human broken plural, how many answers do you get? 2 correct answers. What's one correct answer? She, but I want you to say she grammatically. How do you say she grammatically? Singular, feminine. Singular, feminine. That's one grammatically correct answer. What's the other grammatically correct answer? Plural, plural, masculine. Good job. Good job. Singular, feminine, or plural, masculine. Both. Al-fariidati, the obligation. Al-farida, obligation. Is it jar? Is it nasb? Al-faridati. Is it rafa? Is it jasab? Oh, because of al, it's jar? Who came up with this? Kasra makes it, the E sound makes it. Okay, gender? Gender is singular? That's not a gender. Okay, gender is feminine. Number is singular. Aqibatu, outcome. Aqibatu means outcome. I don't really want to teach you the vocabulary. I'm just helping you along. You're not responsible for the vocab. But tell me the grammar. What do you see? It's rafa because of the u. Everybody sees that? Good. It's singular, pair, or plural. What do you think? It's singular. Very good. It's masculine or feminine? Feminine. Feminine. Qanitina should be the same as should be the same as muhsinina above, right? Ina, when you see ina, it's the same answers. It's plural, nasab or jar, and it's masculine. Yeah? But how about al-malakaini? Is it sound or combination? Which combination? So the status is nasab or jar. The number is 2. Excellent. Aini means 2. Good. Now the gender. How do you know it's masculine? You know the better answer? Because there is no sign of feminine. There's no round ta. There's none of those weird endings. It's not a word that's feminine because the Arab said so. It's not a plural because it's a pair. There's no sign of feminine. So I'm going to go with what? Masculine. Tijaratan. Tijaratan is rafa? Really? Nasib. Singular, pair, or plural? Masculine or feminine? If I ask you, prove it to me, how do you know it's feminine? What would you say? Data. Nice. This is a hard one. Mi'ataini. Mi'ataini. How many? 2. Aini. 2. Number is 2. Status. Nasab or jar. Here's the hard one. Gender. Some people say masculine. Some other people say masculine. Some people are finally saying feminine. Let me remind you of something. Muslimatun, muslimatan, muslimatin, muslimatani, muslimataini, mi'ataini. That ta might be for what? Feminine. Because of mi'ataini, like muslimataini. Okay? It's feminine. Feminine to nasab or jar. Yeah. Sure. Do you remember this on page 6? Was this different from muslimaini? Muslimaini and muslimataini, are they the same? You got it? Nasab or jar? 2. Okay, tawlan. Tawlan means financial means. Financial capability, tawlan. Nasab, I like it. Nasab, I agree. Singular, good. Why is it masculine? That's what I like to hear. Because there's no sign of feminine, that's why it's masculine. Good job. We'll just do 2 more. Al-insanu. Al-insanu is what? It's rafa. Very good. Al-insanu means the human being. It means the human being. Singular? Masculine or feminine? Why? Because there's no sign of feminine. Now you get it? So far, we are able to successfully identify, in many cases, 3 things about any ism. What 3 things? Status, number, and gender. Let's not go to it. Let's go do 3 words from somewhere in the Quran. Pick a surah. Okay, Maryam. You were ready. Some people came prepared. Alrighty. Let's start with a fun one. Zakaria. This is going to be fun. This one's going to hurt your brain. Maybe even take away your confidence. Let's see. Status. Show of hands. Status. Yes, what do you think? Nasab? No. Yes. Yeah. No? No thanks? You don't want any? Okay. You sure? Okay. It wasn't a request. Zakaria. Yes, young man over there? Rafa? Nope. Yeah. Nasab? Nope. Yeah. Nasab or jar? Nope. Yeah. Say that again? Nasab or jar? Nope. No. I'm not trolling you. You're all wrong so far. Yes. Huh? No. Who cares about if it's Arab name or non-Arab name? I'm asking what the status is. What is the status? Yes. Huh? No, it's relevant. It's definitely relevant. Yeah. Huh? Nope. It's not Rafa, it's not Nasab, and it's not Jar. All wrong. Huh? Non-Arab? Yeah, it's non-Arab, but what's the status? I didn't ask if it's Arab or non-Arab. Congratulations, you know it's non-Arab. Yes? It has alif at the end, yes, and therefore it is... somebody said it. What do you know about non-flexible? Non-flexible means it could be rafa, it could be nasab, it could be jar. I don't know. That's the right answer. When something is non-flexible, up until day 3, you know what that means? I don't know. It could be rafa, it could be nasab, and it could be jar. If it's partly flexible, it's between 2. Could be nasab, could be jar, right? Yusufa. Could be nasab, could be jar. But if it's non-flexible, what's your answer? Could be rafa, could be nasab, and could be jar. In 2 more days, you'll have to pick which one. But right now, no. Right now, you don't know. It could be rafa, could be nasab, could be jar. Same. Zakaria is rafa, Zakaria is nasab, Zakaria is jar. Okay, that's the status. That was the hard part. All right. Second question. Gender. Masculine. Number 1. Question. Yes, that's it. Non-flexible just because of the alif. Okay, let's make it easier a little bit. That was depressing. You good with rafa this time? Everybody's good with rafa. All right, at least 1 property is done. 2 more to go. What you got? Singular, no sign of pair, no sign of plural, fine. Masculine, why is it masculine? Good job, no sign of feminine. Al-azmu. Huh? Rafa is correct. What else? Singular is correct. Masculine is correct. Good job. Good job. Yeah, I do that. I give you so many hard ones, then I give you an easy one, and you're like, nah. Nah, there's no... You figured me out. too easy. This could be so hard one. Yeah, Ya Allah. Okay, fine. Have an easy one. Eid Mubarak. Here. Have fun. Tell me. Ayatan. Nasb. Plural. Plural? Is this a sound or a combination? After everything we've been through, you said combination? Fix it. What is it? No. Go back to the screen. Go back to the screen. Ayatun or ayatan is what? Ayatun, ayatan, ayatin. What's the pair? Ayatani. Come on. Ayataini, ayataini. Plural. Ayatun, ayatin, ayatin. Yes. Okay. Okay, one last one. And I owe you a Snickers tomorrow if you get this right. First one to get this right, I owe you a Snickers bar tomorrow. I need 3 properties. An-nasa. Nasb, that's one property. Masculine, it's 2 properties. Singular, pair, or plural? No. So close. Yes, your arm will pull out of your socket if you stretch it any further. Yes. Nasb, plural. Snickers bar for you, sir. Very good. Okay. An-nas. What kind of word is an-nas? What, because the Arab said so? Plural, because the Arab said so. So one answer was already given. Plural, because the Arab said so. There were 3 words. Nas, qawm, and qarn. Plural, because the Arab said so. So plural. And then there's no sign of feminine, so it's what? Masculine. And the ending sound tells you it's nasb. Cool. Okay. It is time to finish this up. To be done with 4 properties. Type. Yes, sir. No, I didn't say that. I said rijal is singular feminine or plural masculine. Yes, because it's a broken plural. Right. And we talked about how the Arabs are crazy when they came up with broken plural rules. Remember the illogical thing they did? They talk about it like it's a she. Remember that? So we're applying that rule. Okay? That doesn't mean they think of them as one woman. They talk about it grammatically like that. That's all that means. Any other questions? We're good? Type. What's the difference between a teacher and my teacher? A teacher is any teacher. My teacher is very specific. What's the difference between a girl and Zainab? Okay, what's the difference between a chair and that chair? A chair is, and then that chair is. Every ism is either generic, general, or specific. It's either general or what? Specific. We don't use general or specific in this class. We use common or proper. We use what? Common or. So a chair is common. A book is common. A messenger is common. A religion is common. But Islam is what? Proper. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is proper. That chair is proper. The moment you specify, you are in the world of proper. Now, what do you think is more common? Common. So, in gender, when we studied gender, did I teach you masculine or no? I didn't teach you masculine. I only taught you what? Feminine. If it's not feminine, automatically it's masculine. What am I going to teach you in common and proper? I'm only going to teach you proper. And if it's not proper, it's automatically, that's it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, there are 7 types of proper isms. There's an easy, logical list. 7 types of proper isms. Number 1, specific names. Make sense? Nu'man is proper. Ijlal is proper. Ahmed Ali is proper. Or is it Ahmed Ali or Ali Ahmed? Ali Ahmed is proper. Let's see. Imam Nadim, proper. Sheikh Yasser, proper. Why not names? Why specific names mean when I use a name, I'm using it for a particular person, specific name, or a particular country, or a particular company, or a particular newspaper, or a particular book, or a particular anything. When I name something specifically. Because you say, there's a lot of Ahmeds here. I met an Ahmed one time. It's a name, but I generalized it. I mean a very particular person. Okay? Specific names. Second, words with al. Oof, that's a big al. What's al in English? Good. Okay. The only thing I need you to know here is how to use al properly. How to use al properly in Arabic. Later on, when you get more advanced, I'll teach you the 4 things you need to know about al in Arabic grammar. What can al mean? It can mean 4 things in Arabic grammar, but that's much later. Right now, what I need you to know, yes, my dear? Lam what? Lam al what? Lam Qamari, oh, that's the Tajweed class, okay, yeah. No, there's Lam al-Ahad, Lam al-Ahad al-Jinsi, Lam al-Istighraq, Lam al-Ta'ri, no, this is different Lam. Okay. Let me tell you about this. Can somebody read the Muslim chart for me? Actually, no, all of you can. Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin, Muslimani, Muslimaini, Muslimaini, Muslimuna, Muslimina, Muslimina, Muslimatun, Muslimatan, Muslimatin, Muslimatani, Muslimataini, Muslimataini, Muslimatun, Muslimatin, Muslimatin. Okay, we're going to read the whole thing again. This time we're going to read the light version. What version? The light version. Let's go again. Muslimu, Muslima, Muslimi, Muslima, Muslimai, Muslimai, Muslimu, Muslimi, Muslimi, Muslimatu, Muslimata, Muslimati, Muslimata, Muslimatay, Muslimatay, Muslimatu, Muslimati, Muslimati. Now I'm gonna read the al version. What version? So there's 3 versions. There's the normal version, there's the light version, and there's the al version. Now listen to the al version. Al-Muslimu, Al-Muslima, Al-Muslimi, Al-Muslimani, Al-Muslimaini, Al-Muslimaini, Al-Muslimuna, Al-Muslimina, Al-Muslimina, Al-Muslimatu, Al-Muslimata, Al-Muslimati, Al-Muslimatani, Al-Muslimataini, Al-Muslimataini, Al-Muslimatu, Al-Muslimati, Al-Muslimati. What is weird about the al version? Anyone? When it comes to the ending sounds, it takes it away. But when it comes to the ending combinations, it keeps them. The noon stay. So it's kind of like sometimes light, sometimes heavy. I told you when there's al, the question of light and heavy becomes what? Irrelevant. Remember that? Because al has its own version. And that is, when there's a tanween, it goes away. When there's an extra noon, it stays. Al-Muslimuna, fine. But al-Muslimun, no good. Al-Muslimun, remember, is like your in-laws and her in-laws over at the same time. No sense. It's either al-muslimu or muslimun. Either have the al or have the tanween. That's the only way it'll make sense. You with me? So that's the important thing about al, which means the. Okay, now, the third. Pronouns are all proper. Do you know the pronouns? I think you do. What you got? Huwa, huma, hum. Hiya, huma, hunna. Anta, antuma, antum. Anti, antuma, antunna. Ana, nahnu. Excellent job. You must know page 6. You must know page 18. I don't expect you to memorize page 13 and all the words that are feminine because the Arab said so. That's okay. If you don't memorize that, I'm okay with you. But I'm not okay if you don't memorize 6 and what? 18. Now, what do you know about huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, nahnu? All of them are what? Proper. Their pronouns, they're all proper. They're all proper. Okay? So if you ask, is a pronoun proper or common? The answer is always the same. It is always proper. Okay. Pointers are proper. Pointers are also proper. We will learn, in a few days, we will learn the pointers. But you remember when I was saying dhalika and I was saying tilka? I was using that to what? Point. So there are words in Arabic. Now, what are pointers in English? This, that, these, those. Okay? Those are pointers. The moment I point at a chair, I specified the chair. So a pointer by itself is always proper. Okay, so now let's see if you can remember these from memory. What are the ones we have so far? What are 4 things that are proper so far? Proper names, specific names, good. Al, pronouns, pointers. Something called ism mawsul. Ism mawsul. This is the alladhi family. Have you seen the words like sirat alladhina an'amta alayhim? Alladhina yu'minuna bil ghayb. Allati tattali'u ala al-af'idah. Right? وَاللَّذَانِ يَأْتِيَانِهَا مِنْكُمْ الَّذِي الَّذِينَ الَّتِي اللَّاتِي اللَّائِ. There are variations of them. We will learn them eventually. They're called, what are they called? Ism mawsul. They're all over the Quran, and you can easily tell they're proper because they begin with al all the time anyway. Alladhina. It's just part of the word. Okay? It's a special category of words. You won't learn much about them right now, but you should know that that's part of this list. Right now, the important ones are the first 4. Then it's my favorite one. Examples? It's hard to translate, but I'll translate alladhi as that which or who, or the one who. So it's a weird combination, complex word. Yeah. Dhalika, tilka, hada, this, that, those. Derived, the derived noun. Yeah, why do you want to know that? It won't help you at all. Leave it. Okay, let's talk about the one being called. My daughter's very old now, but when she was little, she did something. It was pretty funny. She used to love to draw, hand painting. And I was sitting there having my vanilla ice cream, and she was drawing something she was 3 years old, just drawing with her hand, something blue and gray. And she brings the art project to me. It hasn't dried yet. Abba, look what I made. And I said, oh my God, you made a mountain. She goes, no, it's Mama. I said, don't tell Mama. And the blue paint was dripping into my ice cream, turning into Windex. And she noticed it before I did. So she did, and she ran away. So when she ran away, and I'm like, okay, she ran away. So I'm about to eat, and I look at and I said, girl, I just said the word what? Girl. I didn't say Husna. I didn't say her name. I didn't say child of mine specifically, that one over there. I just said what? Girl. Now, is girl by itself a proper word or a common word? Girl could be any girl. She could turn around and say, I don't know who you're referring to. That's common and specific. You're not specific enough. I'm going to keep running. In that context, when I said girl, it became what? When you call someone, doesn't matter what word you use, it becomes proper. Because it's being used in a very specific way. In English nowadays, we have very strange ways of calling people. Some of them even sound non-human. Hey, yo, different ways of calling people. The Arabs had their own way of calling. They used to use ya, which is similar to yo. Yo, ya walad, ya walad, ya rajul, ya imam, ya sheikh, ya habibi. Okay? Ya sadiq, ya rafiqi. Right? Ya and then something. Ya and then something. Now the problem is we translate ya as what? Oh, which doesn't always work. Walad means boy. What does ya walad mean? Oh boy. Or rajul means man. What does ya rajul mean? Oh man. Does it work? No. Because in English, if you were to translate ya, the best way to translate it is not to translate it. Just put an exclamation. Ya walad, boy, exclamation. Ya rajul, man, exclamation. Okay? Ya ustad, teacher, exclamation. You get it? So a lot of times we use, I've noticed in the Islamic literature in English, we use English that normal human beings don't use. You don't ever use it outside. They said, O Messenger of Allah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, O you who believe. O you who believe? Do you ever use that does your English teacher use that in class? O you students of 3rd grade, hast thou not completeth the homework? O ye who scored more than 90, glad tidings to thee. We don't use these words. The purpose of translation is to make the language that you're translating from accessible to you. If the translated language is also formal and disconnected, it kind of loses the point of translating to begin with. You're trying to bring the meanings closer to you, not make them distant. And there was a time where those translations were relevant, but English has evolved. English has moved on. So we have to try to capture what's happening with English now when we translate, right? So ya is one of those things that doesn't translate easily. But what you should know is when we call on someone in Arabic, then we don't actually have to use al. So I can say ya. For example, if one of Allah's names is Rabb, I can say Ya Rabb. I don't have to say Ya Ar-Rabb. That would actually be incorrect. I say Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Yes. No, you don't. You have to use it in Arabic. So your question is, do we just use it for emphasis? No, it just means you're calling. So it's not an assumption that you're emphasizing. So if I say, for example, Ya Dawood, inna ja'alnaka khalifatan fil ardi. Allah calls Dawood. He says, Ya Dawood. Ya Dawood. My transition would be Dawood, exclamation. We have made you as a, we have left you behind in responsibility over the land. Something like that. But I would just make Ya Dawood as Dawood. Or Ya Isa inni mutawafika. Allah is saying, Jesus, I shall be taking you. Right? So it's just Isa, exclamation. That's how I would translate it. Okay? There is grammar to be learned under the one being called. Just one thing you should note is that it should be light. Whoever you call should be light. So you don't say, for example, if your name is Ali, I don't say Ya Aliyun. I say Ya Aliyu. Ya Aliyu. Okay? Ya Aliyu. So and there's some more grammar to that, but this is not the time for it. Right now, I just need you to know that becomes proper. And the seventh one is where Arabic begins. I'm so excited for you. Because I remember the first time I learned this, my world changed. Isha Salah is going to change, inshallah, after this. The word after, the word, or no, not the word, the ism before of is proper if the ism after of is proper. The ism before of is proper if the ism after of is proper. So if you say messenger of Allah, messenger of Allah, what's the ism before the of? Messenger. What's the ism after the of? The word Allah. Since the word Allah is proper, messenger becomes proper. If I say let's try some English examples. If I say the weight of a fly, what's the word before the of? Weight. What's the word after the of? A fly. Is the word after of proper? No. So according to Arabic, weight is actually common. Because a fly is common. In English, we say the weight of a fly, but the Arabs say, you can say the all you want, we consider the weight common. Okay? If I say knowledge of the Quran, is the Quran proper? Because of what? The, right? So because the Quran is proper, knowledge becomes what? Proper. Okay? What about the leader of a nation? Why? Because a nation is common? I don't care if I see a the on leader in English. I'm not thinking about English grammar right now. I'm thinking about Arabic grammar. You with me? How many things make a word proper in Arabic? Let's see if we can remember them from memory. Let's see. Let's do a mental exercise. Specific names, that's one. Okay, six more. The word al, now I got 2. 5 more. Pronouns, 3. 4 more. I say pronouns, pointers, and ism mawsul go together, all 3. They're a package. Pronouns, pointers, and ism mawsul, alladhi, alladhina. So that's already how many? 5. The one being called is proper. And number 7, if the word, really nice. Tell me 4 properties of al-insan. Status, number, gender, and type. I want all 4. Status, rafa. Singular, masculine. Proper, why? Nicely done. Nicely done. Okay. Four properties. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I want 4 properties of the word Allah. Or ar-Rahim. Jar, that's 1. Plural? No. Singular? Masculine? Where'd you get proper from? What is it, status-wise? Rafa? Singular? Masculine? Proper, there's no al. What's a name? That's the item number. Not everything has to have an al. There's 7 of those. Not one of them is 7 of them. Nuh is proper. Okay. Ooh, I don't know if you can do this. I'm not so sure you can handle this. Nasab is incorrect. Nasab is incorrect. Not non-flexible. Partly flexible. What is partly flexible? The Rafa version is Maria Mu. The Nasab version is Maryama. And the Jar version is also. So the status is Nasab or Jar. Good. Okay, one problem solved. Nasab or Jar. Singular. How you know feminine? How you know feminine? Where you got the tamarbuta at the end? You got a little alif at the end? Where you get feminine from? Is one of the words the Arab said so? Huh? Real feminine. Proper or common? Why? Specific name. Yeah. You think Muhammad is a common name in the Quran? We're learning Quran, aren't we? It's all good. Yeah. Walad. I didn't ask. There's an order to things. Status, number, gender, and then type. Rafa. Singular? Masculine? Why is it proper? There's no alif lam on it. When you call someone, it becomes proper. You guys are getting good. You guys are getting good, mashallah. I don't know what to do with you people. No, not that yet. I want you. Last one. Wait. I'm going to tell you what it means. You're going to write it down on the side. Then you're going to tell me. I want 4 properties, okay? Actually, I don't want 4 properties of this one. Let me write it again, because you're not ready for that one. As-sunana. That's what I want. And it means legacies, not a mall. I want status, number, gender, and type. Where did you get nasab from? You're right. The ah sound. Good. If it's plural, what's our training? The moment you discover it's plural, what should you ask yourself? Which of the 5? So, non-human, broken, plural. What game do they like to play with it? So what am I going to put for number and what am I going to put for gender? Common or proper? We're not going to put plural masculine because it's non-human. We put that for human broken plurals, not for non-human broken. So common or proper? Proper? Okay. If I said, and I'm just looking at the ism part, so I'm going to take the ba off. Ismillahi, the name of Allah. Okay? I want 4 properties of the word ism. Where did you get jar from? You're right, but where did you get it from? The E. Good. Singular. No sign of pair or plural. Singular. Where did you get masculine from? No sign of feminine, so I'm going to say it's good. I don't see an al. I don't see it being called. If the word after of is proper, then the word becomes. So ism is what? Proper. It's proper, yeah? Okay, fine. We got ism. Can you do the 4 properties of the word Allah? Jar. Wait, hold on. Don't mess the next one up. You go to hell. Singular. Okay. Okay. Masculine. Proper. Why? Name. Allah's name. Okay. We got Bismi and we also got Allahi. What about Ar-Rahmani? Jar. Good. Why? Singular? Masculine? Proper? Okay, let's see how good you really are. Alhamdu. 4 properties. I want 4 properties. Rafa, nasab, or jar? Rafa? Why Rafa? Nice. Singular? Why is it masculine? It's got a dal on it. Dal. Dal khai? Dal is feminine in Urdu. Masculine. Okay. Why proper? You guys are like becoming Arabs or something. Rabbil Alameen. Master of all peoples. Okay. Okay, I want 4 properties of Rabb. Jar or Nasab or Rafa? Why? Ending sound. I like it. Jar. Okay. Don't mess this up. Singular. Why masculine? Good. No sign of feminine. Proper or common? Why? Why? If the word after of is proper, how do you know the word after of is proper? Al. Proper. Sweet. If the word after of is proper, then the word before of is considered proper. I gave you the meaning with an of. Okay? Now, we have 15 minutes. I'm going to give you something juicy and mess you up. No memorization today. Congratulations. But you better give me solid 6 and 18 tomorrow. I expect this tomorrow. Watch this. What do all these have in common? First one has of, second one have, third one does not have of, or does it? Good. Good. Allah's house can also be said as house of Allah. Now listen to this. You will sound very impressive to the Imam. Next time you hang out with Sheikh Yasser, you can just, by the way, a messenger of Allah, messenger is the word before the of, right? The word before the of is called, the word before the of, no, wait. Don't listen. There's a new word for you. The word before the of is called mudaf. The word before the of is called what? Mudaf. Okay. So in the messenger of Allah, what's the mudaf? Messenger. In the ayah of the Quran, what's the mudaf? Ayah. In the house of Allah, what's the mudaf? Good. The word before the of is called mudaf. The word after the of is called mudaf ilayh. Mudaf what? Ilayh. So, in the messenger of Allah, what's messenger called? Mudaf. What's the word Allah called? Okay, in ayah of the Quran, can you explain the grammar? What's mudaf? What's mudaf ilayh? Ayah is mudaf and the Quran is mudaf ilayh. House of Allah, what's mudaf? What's mudaf ilayh? House is mudaf and the word Allah is? Good job. If I say his class, what's the mudaf and what's the mudaf ilayh? Class of his, which means class is mudaf and his is. Now listen. I will teach you this tomorrow, but I want to take your head for a spin today. If you can do two things to a word, any word, if you do two things to any ism, you can make it a mudaf. And if you do one more thing to the next ism, you can make it a mudaf ilayh. Listen, how many things do you need to do to a mudaf? Two things. How many things do you need to do to the mudaf ilayh? One thing. The one thing you need to do to the mudaf ilayh, you already know. Whatever comes after of, what do you have to do to it? You have to make it, what status? What comes after of? Just make sure the second word is what? If it's jar, it's ready to be a mudaf ilayh. Now all it needs is a juicy what? Mudaf. But the mudaf says, hey, I need to do two things to be ready for this marriage. The mudaf ilayh needs only one thing to be ready for the marriage, which is what? Just, I'm after of, I'm ready to go, jar. The mudaf says, I need how many things? Here's the two things the mudaf needs. Mudaf says, listen, I need to go on a diet before this wedding. I have to be light. The mudaf has to be what? Light. Okay? It has to be light. It cannot be what? It's not ready for an idafa relationship if it's heavy. To be a mudaf, you have to be light. But that's one condition. I said how many conditions? It does not like al. Mudaf does not want al. Okay, so watch this. A mudaf wants two things. No al and light. What does the mudaf ilayh want? If you can do that to any two words next to each other, automatically an of gets created in Arabic. Automatically, what happens in Arabic? OF. There is no of in Arabic. The word doesn't exist. It happens when you get a mudaf and a mudaf ilayh. How do you get a mudaf and a mudaf ilayh? The first word has to be what two things? Light and no al. And the second word has to be what? Jar. So if I say, and you've heard this a bajillion times. Have you heard this a million times? What is the condition on a mudaf? No, mudaf. Light. Is Rasulu light? Does it have al? Looks like it might be a, but we can't be sure if it's a mudaf unless we find a mudaf ilayh right after it. Let's look at the next word, the word Allah. Are you jar? Automatically what happens between them? Of, the messenger of Allah. The messenger of Allah. Now you know how to use of in Arabic. Just make a mudaf and a mudaf. Now I couldn't teach you mudaf ilayh on first day because you don't know status. We need status for this, yes or no? Do we need light and heavy for this, yes or no? We need some things before. We need some knowledge before we can do this. If I say to you in Fatiha, Alhamdulillahi Rabbi al-Alamina. Rabbil Alamina. Tell me about Rabbi. Could it be a good candidate for mudaf? Some people say yes, some people say no. What does a mudaf want? What two things does a mudaf want? It wants to be light. It doesn't want al. Light, no al. Is it light? Does it have al? Okay. Al-alamina, is it jar? Sounder combination, al-alamina. Huh? Which combination? Nasab or jar. But if you have a mudaf waiting, then you have to give it benefit of the doubt and say, we're going to go with jar over here and let them be a mudaf and a mudaf ilayh. And when you get a mudaf and mudaf ilayh, what do you put in between the meaning? The master of all nations, all peoples. Of happens. Cool, huh? How about Maliki? This is the hard one. This is going to hurt your brain, but I want to hurt your brain before today. Because I'm not making you memorize, so I want to hurt your brain. Is Maliki a good candidate for mudaf? Prove it to me. Light and no. Does it look like a good mudaf to you? But a mudaf is only as good to be called a mudaf if you can justify that it has a mudaf ilayh. Does it? is the next word jar. So Maliki is mudaf and Yawm is what? Mudaf ilayh, because it's jar. But when I look at Yomi, I notice that Yomi is also on a diet. Yomi is light. And Yomi is also without al. Hey, Yomi, are you doing two jobs? Are you a mudaf ilayh for Malik? And at the same time, you're also trying to be a what else? You're trying to be a mudaf? Let me confirm. Hold on. I suspect you might be a mudaf too. You might be doing two jobs, Yomi. He says, look, that sounds like a religious question. Go ask the deen. So you go ask the deen. And the deen says, it's true, I am jar. How do I know a dini is jar? What happens between a mudaf and a mudaf ilayh? What meaning happens? So how many ofs are here? The master of the day of judgment. So cool. So cool. Here's a trick question. Do you remember if the word after of is proper, then the word before of is proper? My question is Maliki proper? Why? Maliki says, hold on, let me get back to you. I'm going to go ask who? Yom. Yom says, I'm having a tough day. I'm going to go ask the deen. The deen says, I'm proper. Why? Al. So therefore, Yomi becomes proper. Yomi is proper, therefore, Maliki becomes proper, the master of the day of judgment. Okay? We learned the four properties. It's a lot of pain to learn the four properties, but man, it gets juicy right away. Right away. Look at this. Isa ibn Maryama. Ibn Maryama. Ibn means son. Ibn means what? Son. My question is Ibn possibly a mudaf? Well, the first condition is it should be light. If it was heavy, it would have been ibnan. So it's light. Does it have al on it? Okay, so it looks like a good candidate for mudaf. But the job will only be done if I find a mudaf ilayh. So I go to Maryam and I say, hey, respectfully, are you jar? And the word Maryam says, listen, I'm partly flexible, non-Arab word. The Rafa version of me is Maryamu. The Nasab version is Maryama. The Jar version is also, it could be Nasab and it could be Jar. But since it has a mudaf, you give benefit of the doubt. And what do? You make it Jar. And then what do you say? How do you translate this? The son of Maryam. The son of Maryam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin. Al means family. Al means what? Family. Al, is that light? If it was heavy, it would have been what? Alin. Does it have al on it? Some people are like, looks like an al itself. It's not al, it's what? Al. If it had al, it would have been al-al. Al is a mudaf. Is the word Muhammad jar? Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin. Translate Ali Muhammad. Family of Muhammad. Kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala Ali Ibrahima. Ali is a good mudaf? Good mudaf. How you know? How you know Ali is a good mudaf? Light and no al. Good job. How do you know if something's a good mudaf ilayh? Is Ibrahima jar? How you know? Partly flexibles, could be nasab, could be jar. So, benefit of the doubt, how do you translate this? Family of Ibrahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama sallaita ala Ibrahima wa ala ali Ibrahima innaka Hamidun Majid. Cool. Arabic is going to start getting unlocked little by little by little. Last one. You say this all the time, don't you? But you didn't know that there was a mudaf and a mudaf ilayh. Subhana is light, no al, And Allahi, the word Allah is jar. Subhanallahi, the perfection of Allah, implies I declare the perfection of Allah. I acknowledge the perfection of Allah. This is what this means. Subhanallahi, the perfection of Allah. Okay? I shouldn't give you more. I'm good. Okay. Let's quickly recap what we've done for the day so you have a picture and I can let you go. We've done status. We've reviewed status enough times, so I don't have to give you notes underneath status. Number, the essential point is there are 5 kinds of plurals. That's the key takeaway. Gender, basically you have to know fake feminine. You don't have to worry about anything else. Everything else is common sense. You just have to know fake feminine. Okay? Type, there are 7 categories. Right? 7 categories. Then I told you about what? Mudaf and Mudaf ilayh. And what do you know about Mudaf and Mudaf ilayh? Mudaf gets what? Light plus no al. And Mudaf ilayh gets only one condition. What's that? It has to be jar. Which means tomorrow as we start next semester, this is what's going to happen. We spend 3 days trying to figure out one word. Tell me 4 things about one word. Tell me its status, tell me its number, tell me its gender, tell me its type. One word is like one brick. A word is like what? A brick. And language is a building. Now it's time to start putting bricks, what? Together. The first 2 bricks we put together, a mudaf and a mudaf ilayh. Once you know the 4 properties, you can start putting bricks together in different ways. And one of the most important things in any language is how do you use an of between words? How do you drop an of between words? Now we already know, because of those bricks, we already know one of those connections between 2 words, which is the mudaf and mudaf ilayh connection. Over the next 3 days, I'm going to teach you 5 different brick connections. 5, and one of them is already done. One of them we already started. We haven't finished it, we started it, which is what? The mudaf and the mudaf ilayh. This marriage between the mudaf and the mudaf ilayh is called the idafa. The word is idafa. Idafa means mudaf and a mudaf ilayh together. You know how you say husband and wife and then you say they're a couple? So you say mudaf and mudaf ilayh, they're an idafa. They're an idafa. That's the word idafa, just means a couple of a mudaf and a mudaf ilayh. The pair is called an idafa, okay? So we've started the idafa. I made you memorize 2 things so far. Ladies and gentlemen, what are those 2 things? Muslimun? I already know it. I'm pretty sure I know it. I think I'm here to make sure you know it. Muslimun, Musliman, loud. Muslimin, Muslimani, Muslimaini, Muslimaini, Muslimuna, Muslimina, Muslimina, Muslimatun, Muslimatan, Muslimatin, Muslimatani, Muslimataini, Muslimataini, Muslimatun, Muslimatin, Muslimatin, and the pronouns huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, nahnu. I am very excited to see how much you guys are going to unlock over the next few days. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.